Hello, everyone. We're here once again with BlueDragonFive,
Hello, everyone.
and we're doing a Kevin Smith film. And it took us a while to agree to get to this situation because BlueDragonFive is not a huge fan of his movies. But I am, and I really wanted to do one. And this is one we agreed to do. So. I'll hand it over to BlueDragonFive now, who's got some intros for you.
Well, let me start with this. I like Kevin Smith. I really do. He's fantastic. I like the guy. Love his Q&As, and I love his podcast most of all, especially his Fat Man on Batman podcast, which I recommend highly to everyone. Again, the Smith, he just brings this kind of he's unabashed about what he likes. He's kind of like a down-to-earth, like a down-to-earth filmmaker. He's just really funny, yet, he's funny, yet, he's not classy, but, just funny, he's a charming as heck guy, that sort of thing. He also, the other podcasts I've been watching from Smith are the HBO, the Hollywood Babylon podcast, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and Secret Stash. Looking back at Smith's films recently, I think I might have misjudged him a little. And it's not so much that I distaste him. I distaste the films, and we can't commentate on other films. It's just that I only have Mallrats available at the moment, so.
Okay.
But I'd be open to it. I just don't have them at my fingertips. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the films, but I've been rewatching some of them lately, and I like them a little more. I'm not crazy about them. I wouldn't put them on a top 10 list, but they're good. And again, I like the guy. I love his other works, and I see why people like his films. It's just not my cup of tea. That's the sort of thing. Again, they're not badly made films at all. And I speak for one. I enjoy his worst film. Well, praised by the critics as his worst film, Jersey Girl.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I will check it out. Just haven't got around to it, to be honest. It took me a while to get to Red State, and I think that's some of his best work is Red State. It's not funny, really, at all. It's just really shows that he could do other things. I think is always the best thing is that he's not known just for the ha-ha comedy type films that he's mostly done, but he can do something scary as well, and I think that's very hard to do.
Yeah, Jersey Girl has kind of a serious grounding premise for it, which I really like about it. I love that opening for Jersey Girl, and Ben Affleck does help carry the film as well. But yeah, it's I like Smith's films. I've been watching. I haven't seen all of his films. I've seen he's overall done about 10 going on 11, but I've seen 6 of those. So I haven't seen Red State yet. I want to see Red State. It's just not available for me. So I intend on seeing that some point down the line if it becomes available. But again, overall, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Really quick. Just again, I like Smith, and recently, I won't tread the whole thing again. I think I'm reconsidering his films a little bit now. This one was the first Kevin Smith film I saw, I must say, and I liked it. I heard about people have been telling me about Mallrats. I was thinking, I was checking it out, and it was nothing like I expected. It was really, really humorous. Again, I liked it, but I have some problems with this, so this is probably going to be the first film I'm not going to give a 5 out of 5, but we'll... The magpie's delight. But let's get into this film. The 1995 production, Scott Mosier produced, Kevin Smith directed, one of his early studio films, his second film...
Mallrats. So guys, if you haven't already, get your DVD set out, get timestamp 0, and press play.
Wait, hold it. Sorry, I just need a thing timed out on me. Get it back real quick. Sorry about that, folks. Curse you. Time. Okay, here I'm ready when you are now.
Okay, press play now.
Right. Universal.
Yeah, he said if he would have waited for Miramax, if he had it to do over again, he probably would have put it out through Miramax instead of Universal. He said that in one of his Q&As. That's the only one thing he would change.
Yeah.
And I understand it.
Well, the studio did hound him on a few things.
Yeah, they did. Interestingly enough, if anyone's seen the...
Extended cut?
No, I'll have to see that now that I know what it is.
30 minutes of footage was cut from this.
Oh, okay.
I'll get into that later on, but can I say something real brief right here?
Yeah.
Thing is good establishing all the sets for the film right here, this opening.
Yeah. I love this story. It's
Oh, tell me when you start seeing the comic covers. I'm pretty sure I'm behind you a little.
Oh, okay. No, I just got up to Rug Munchers, which is, yeah, okay, we're going to start seeing them in a minute. But that's I love the funny names for all the stores that are in there. It's such a, like, Kevin Smith thing to do. And I really do love this film. I can't honestly remember whether this is actually the first Kevin Smith film I ever saw, or it was Dogma. I know that they're all pretty close together because I went through this thing where I wanted to see all the movies with Jay and Silent Bob in them. I think that was just before Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back came out.
This was before Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, no. When I went to grabbed all these, because I actually saw this probably like a lot of people on DVD or VHS first, because it was just before I really it would have came out when I was in 5th grade, so it was probably a little bit out of my field at the time, but I just a lot of this movie actually sums up a lot of my early 20s. And I'll talk about that briefly when we get to certain moments, and I'll say it's just certain conversations that the guys have in this are conversations that maybe that I have had with my friends. Like you wouldn't think so, but you do have conversations like that. I love all these comic book covers. I'm sure you.
Likewise, I was going to say that. Yeah, this. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It has a lot of relatable elements. Kevin Smith's a good dialogue man. That's his main strength with all his films. He's great for dialogue, and that really comes across with this film. And yeah, also there's some good foreshadowing coming out, like with Ben Affleck's cover and and such. Kind of seeing what he figures on the woman.
You know what? I have never heard the story of how him and Ben Affleck met and became friends.
Really?
I'm sure. I don't know if they met before the making of this or anything.
They did. They're Jersey boys. They grew up together.
Really? I didn't know that.
I mean, I don't know, like, from childhood or anything. I just knew they knew each other. I'm pretty sure they knew each other beforehand. Also, let me say this. Here's my big complaint for the film. Okay?
All right.
I've seen this film on a few occasions. Again, this is the first one I do enjoy. This is probably one of the films I enjoy most from Kevin Smith, if I had to pick, because it just really, it's a good rewatchable one. But I'll say this. This opening, I don't think it's necessary. I think a few occasions I've just tuned into this film missing the first act here, just this opening right here with the breakups, if you will. I think it works without it. You can just start the movie on the scene where Brody in his bathrobe and T.S. are talking. and just talking about the breakups, I think that works fine because this is kind of the weakness of the film for me. Like, she exposits all the information, and, later on, one of the first times I saw this, I saw, like, half missing this part. And just later on, she tells the audience, again, there will be spoilers for this.
Yeah.
She tells the audience, what happened, and I was thinking, okay, so he didn't know, and that's why they got into this conflict. But he knew. It just makes him a little unlikable, I guess. But I see his side of the argument. I see the misunderstanding here. I just think it's not favorable on the girl's side of things, I guess, in the long run. Because she does come off as dense a few times in the film. I don't think it's her portrayal. I don't know. I think it might be just the weakness in the writing, maybe. I don't know.
I don't find her very unlikable. It's just like...
She's not unlikable. I don't know. It's just this... it just feels a little too forced for me, I guess.
I think Kevin Smith, I think he wrote better women characters in Clerks. I think he did a lot... I think Shannon Doherty is... the Shannon Doherty character is a lot better than this one, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
So I like...
Yes?
Yeah, but obviously, like me not being a woman, I wouldn't... they might have a different view on things than I do. But...
why is she wearing glasses in this scene?
I don't know.
She doesn't wear them at any other point in the film. It's like Mila Kunis in Ted. She has glasses for one scene, but nothing else for the rest of the film. Either way, again, I don't know. It's just this... I mean, I get the reasons for the breakup. It's just this misunderstanding. He wants to propose to her in Florida, which I think is very romantic, but I'll get into that later. And
when George comes out of the water.
Well, yeah, that. Because Orlando, Florida is my favorite vacation destination, so of course I love that. And I don't know, it's just... I get the premise, like, it's a misunderstanding that he wants to propose to her, that's why he wants her out of here, but still, the fact that he knows everything, and he's too unsympathetic, and I don't know, I guess it's not so much her as it's him in that scene, I guess. It's just, I think that scene just is a little too forced, I guess. Or at least if she didn't tell him the whole story, I would be more okay with it, I guess, maybe. I'm ranting here, I'm sorry.
Yeah. One thing I am constantly confused by is where does this exactly happen in the viewer skew timeline? Because it's either before Clerks or just after Clerks, because you got Jay and Silent Bob in it, right? And
yes.
They do talk, and they have this the funeral for the girl in Clerks. So I'm just wondering, is this the day before or the day after?
I would say I'd probably say the day after. No, I'm sorry, you mean... Oh.
Clerks, I think, happens the day after.
Yeah, the day...
Because the funeral, the girl's just died. But it can't happen on the same day because, well...
I don't know, I think it's a little loose with the continuity, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, I know this happens before Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, time-wise, because Brody has the comic shop, and they mention his Tonight Show in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Subtly.
Oh, it did?
Very subtle. It's like, it's a poster in the background.
Oh, it is? Okay. I'll have to watch it again.
Sorry, I wanted to, again with the extended cut, one of the big things that was cut from it was there was a different opening. T.S. is responsible for Governor getting shot. Hence, Svenning, Mr. Svennings, yeah, that's it, his distaste for him. And that's the reason he hates him so much, instead of this. I guess in place of that, they put this, they put emphasis on the girl dying. That's why they put the death in there to break him up. Otherwise, it was that. I guess it was just too long. That's the reason we have the death of the girl in the pool instead of this governor plot, which they had to cut out in other places in the film, but I'll point that out later.
There's this he shot the governor?
Well, I don't know exactly. I haven't seen the extended cut. I just read about it. All I know is it said that he shot the governor, but I could be wrong, but I don't think he would actually. How he could not be arrested for shooting a governor? So I'm just going to guess that he was responsible for it.
There's
an embarrassment. Sorry.
So it must be. So he must have embarrassed him somehow or something.
Yeah, it embarrasses Svenning. That's how he didn't get he didn't get a promotion because of that, and that's why he hates his guts. But so I'm just assuming he's responsible for the shooting, not actually pulling the trigger. So.
Well, shoot him with a water pistol or something else. It sounds like to me.
Could be. I don't know. Again, I'm just speaking for what I've read. I haven't seen the extended, but okay. I know it's kind of past, but it's kind of she has a roundabout way of breaking up with Brody. Shannon Doherty's character.
Yeah.
I mean, she has valid points. I just think she has a really roundabout way of going around when she's, like, exiting the premises. I know it's past, but, yeah.
Funny thing is, I haven't been broken up with like that, but I think she's just breaking up with him to kind of get him to get up off his ass and do something with himself, because she does see that he's got some sort of talent to do something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she makes valid points. I'm just saying, like, the delivery of it was a little off. It's a little rude just to break up with someone with a note.
Well, yeah, usually I prefer, if I'm going to break up with a girl, I usually do it face to face. And yeah, it's like breaking up with someone by text message.
By the way, why would someone frame the breakup note?
I think it's just the way he is. He's like, yeah.
I like how Brody's a comic book guy.
Mm.
It's good, and of course, those boxes are soon kind of slowly taking over my house too. But so I got a big collection of boxes soon. I'm just looking for a room to store some of them, so it's kind of taking up the confines. But
it's like me and my DVDs, man.
I have that problem too, but yeah. But yeah, this scene exposits basically the plot, the goals, and the arcs for these two characters. Again, I think you just come into the film with this scene in mind. That's just my view, though. I think all the information you need is in this scene, and it just kind of sets up what the film's going to be about. You know, they've both been broken up, and these two characters are a good pairing because one's static, as in he doesn't want to change, but he has to change. The other one, he wants to change, but is having a hard time doing it. So they're a good pair that way.
Mm. It's past, but what do you think about the? I know you probably don't like to talk about these sort of things, but the thing about him farting during oral sex, that's never happened to me. So because I don't know why he would put it in there, but and he justifies that. That's the reason she broke up with him. Is that reason? That's what he thinks.
That's what he thinks. I doubt a girl would break up over something like that. It wouldn't be pleasant, but I doubt she'd break up with them. Also, I like the little Jersey touch here. I don't know if it's a Jersey touch, but it's like the touch of the soda cup. And, of course, our big villain for the piece, Ben Affleck, as Shannon.
This is the one role I really like of Ben Affleck because it allows me to hate him.
Yeah, I mean, he's an intimidating guy. Look how tall he is.
Yeah, he's not that tall.
I mean, look at how imposing the guy is compared to our hero, which is an interesting point I want to bring up. Who do you think is the protagonist? If you had to pick one of them, who do you think is the protagonist, the main guy? And you can't say both. If you have to pick one.
No, it's not Brody. It's T.S.
See, you know what's interesting about that? I'm with you on that, but here's the thing. It's in the ranking of things, like with the actors and everything, Brody is kind of highlighted as the protagonist. I'm saying it's on the notice. Like if you... Sorry, what?
I was just going to say, yeah, Brody, to me, is sort of like the co-antagonist, protagonist, sorry, not the he's like he doesn't want to. He's the funny one. So normally I say that the funnier one is like is second. And it seems to me that they both sort of they're protagonists, but
they are co-protagonists.
But I wouldn't with a gun to my head, I would have to say TS. But I like the Brody character more.
Yeah, Brody goes through more of an arc than TS. TS just wants to keep his world. Brody has to go through change throughout the piece. So I think. Now, I'm saying it's an interesting thing to think about, because, you assume TS, because he's the first guy we see, and his story kind of is the spine of the film, but, Brody's a lot of the filler for that. Good filler, mind you, but still, he's just kind of us, the audience, we're being entertained by his story, and he's just the reasoning for the story, TS. Again, that I know it's way past with that scene with the two of them on the couch just kind of set up, let's go to the mall. Again, it's a great setup for the whole film. Also, the great Ethan Suplee and with Jason Lee of My Name is Earl fame, both of them.
Yeah.
Scott Mosier played this character originally, I believe. Ethan Suplee's character, and they recast him for this. Also, Jason Mewes, Jay.
Yeah.
The studio wanted to recast him. And they were they brought in like Seth Green and Breckin Meyer, but Kevin Smith stuck to his guns, and Jason Mewes had to audition, but they brought him in there.
Why would?
I don't know. Universal, they just didn't care for him in Clerks, I guess.
Yeah, either that or they didn't see it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. They saw Clerks and they gave him this film, so it had to be something.
He's a bit more toned down here than he is in.
He is.
In Clerks.
Well, they both are, but I gotta say this. This is my favorite inclusion of Jay and Silent Bob in any of the films. I would say, I think they're toned down enough to where they're really, I think they really work in this.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
For me, it's Dogma.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, plus, I like how they kind of address the smoking habit, because I don't know if they were going... Well, they're in a mall, so you can't really smoke in a mall. I don't know how the 90s were. 90s, they didn't allow smoking in the mall. For yes, question that. But they did address it, so he's not smoking till the end, but they kind of have him do the Jedi mind trick here with the cigarettes. So that's a nice way to keep the thing about the character, but also do something even better. Also, I want to say this. I love Silent Bob so much. Out of the two, Silent Bob is great. And, of course, again, Kevin Smith. I love the guy. And this character is... out of the pair, I'm going to go Silent Bob because he's the Harpo Marx. He's the comedic center.
Mm.
He's the smart guy. He has all the really cool stuff. Jason Mewes just there making stoner comments.
Yeah.
Just saying, that's the part of the pair. That's the reason I enjoy the Jay and Silent Bob characters because of that. But I mean, again, they're kind of a make or break factor for me in some of the films, except for Silent Bob because he's always perfect.
Yeah, and plus he wouldn't write himself into a stupid situation.
Yeah. Also, there was going to be a shot of the Quickie Mark in the no, not the Quickie. Darn it, the Quick Stop, not Quickie Mark. The Quick Stop that's in Clerks, there was going to be a shot of that in the extended... There was a shot of that in the extended cut, but they cut it out for time. It's like a brief shot just to address it. But that's why they're in front of the pet store. But it's just them staying in front of a window works, I guess. Now, wait a minute. Now he's smoking. I guess strike that point I made earlier from the record.
Yeah.
Well, he's breaking some rules right there.
No, I think you could smoke in a mall. It's just that it wasn't until later you couldn't. It wouldn't have been far off. Either that or they're breaking the law.
Yeah, a little. Well, they are selling drugs, so I think it's not that much of a leap to make. Also, I gotta say, the trench coat look worked so much. Yeah,
I want Kevin Smith's jacket just because it would fit me now.
Yeah, Kevin Smith, here's the thing, that trench coat hides the fat. He looks fit in that jacket. least I think the
By the
jacket
way,
works really well aesthetically. It's a cape it's a walking around cape. I'm sorry, you were saying, Magpie?
I do see the sailboat. Yeah, I've seen it.
This with these poor horrified children. It's really unsettling about this guy's the mustard stains.
He just snaps, man. He just snaps.
Did you know that in real life, Kevin Smith, again, guy after my own heart, he names his kid after a Batman character, Harley Quinn Smith. Friends with Paul Dini and loves Batman the Animated Series, so there you go.
Yeah.
Jason Lee is the godfather of Harley Quinn Smith.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice thing I found out. Also, just to be clear, forgive my obliviousness here, but he's wearing Dante from Clerks on his shirt, right? I
don't know. I can't
looks a lot like that. Looks a lot like Dante from Clerks on his shirt, but I could be wrong on that, so no one crucify me. Saying like the goatee and looks.
Yeah, it could be.
That's in black and white. So I'm just saying.
The guy that played Dante's in this, and he usually does play. He's usually in a lot of Kevin Smith's films. That guy.
Oh, he's in this one.
Yeah, I know. He's in Dogma as well.
Brian O'Halloran.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to address two things. One, I enjoyed the cookie food court debate.
Yeah.
And two, even better, the Superman, the kryptonite condom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Bring up a good point.
He does. But yeah, the thing. You know what's even funnier about that? Makes me laugh out loud when I rewatch the film.
What?
It's the fact that that joke basically led to him with the whole Superman Lives debacle.
Really?
That's what led to it. That's why the studios contacted him, and it went from there.
Yeah, and I haven't read I've got the script marked. I've been meaning to read it. But
I funded the documentary. Sorry, I helped fund the documentary they're making about it, so hopefully that'll be awesome.
Oh, okay. I love this, that he loves them all so much, he's treating it like their kid.
This girl's a tough cookie, I gotta give her that. It's funny, because it just came from a scene about cookies.
And you can kind of believe that those two would go out and they would have this kind of relationship.
She is basically the female version of just in control. She's like not the average female.
I know Shannon Doherty can be hard to work with, but I really just I do like her in there.
Here's the thing. I love the blueprint. I think more films need blueprints.
Yeah.
It look aesthetically pleasing to me. And two, I love how LaFleur's is basically the arch enemy of Silent Bob. He's like his Joker. Because, and literally his arch enemy is the Joker. So to speak, Chronic and Jay and Silent Bob, which is basically my favorite part of that movie. Again, not too crazy about it, but that's the one scene I do love so much in that film.
I haven't seen it yet.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Oh, yeah.
The whole the Batcave Star Wars parody.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the new cartoon that's coming out.
No. That's the groovy movie. That's the... Also, I just want to point to this moment here. Silent Bob is awesome. He's about to attack the guy with a sock full of coins. He's run. I don't know. Kevin Smith used to run. Look at that guy. Also,
that kid is still on the escalator. I love this.
It's great. What amuses me so much about that is that Brody has a genuine point, but he just goes about it the wrong way. just yelling about irrationally, but he's making an actual good point.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying like let the kid die. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he's pointing out that's a danger to the kid. It serves her right. It's a logical logic to Brody. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
Jason Lee made that role.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Lin also does a good job as the straight man. That kid was evil, by the way, the one who tripped up Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Little wooden car. But again, LaFleur's is like he doesn't say a word, so he's like Silent Bob's his arch enemy. So the perfect enemy for Jay and Silent Bob, this silent, intimidating, the mall security guard.
Yeah.
The goofy Susquehanna hat.
How does she get funding for this book when she's 15 and the subject matter?
This girl's adorable. I have to say that.
Yeah. When's she going to be in another one of their movies? So hopefully.
I see Ben Affleck's attraction, but still, I hope she's really not 15.
I don't think she is.
She's 15 in this.
Nope.
Forget I said that. This 15 guy, I just realized how stupid that is. Yeah. Oh yeah, so that girl...
I agree with her. Most guys would get off on being videotaped. Not me.
Yeah, not me either. I'm just saying it sounds like something. The Joey Lauren Adams, the girl who's Gwen, who keeps getting busted in by Silent Bob in this film.
Yeah.
She dated Kevin Smith later on. That's why she's in Chasing Amy.
Really?
Yeah.
Before
after this, she dated.
That must have been over pretty quick because he's been married to Jennifer. Yeah, for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know they met before Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but
they met. Jennifer yeah, they met after
Jennifer Schwalbe.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, they met after Chasing Amy was coming out because.
Yeah, it must not have lasted.
Yeah.
Good for Smith. He followed the American dream. Be a smart guy. Be a class act. Write some good stories. Some fun laughs, and you get the girl in the end who's attractive and way beyond your pay grade.
Yeah.
When I say pay grade, I mean attractiveness, but who am I to talk?
I love what? I love this bit coming up with the comic book shop. It must be.
We didn't miss the fat man dressed as Batman, did we?
No, we haven't missed that yet. Here we go.
Okay, this is by the way, this is Walt Flanagan from Comic Book Men. A friend of Kevin Smith who worked at the Quick Stop.
Oh, really? It's been, I actually have seen the special. It was on YouTube for a while, so I saw that. I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, it's Walt Flanagan. And Walt Flanagan is basically the reason Kevin Smith got really into Batman. He was out of comics for a while, and he saw the 60s show, made conversation with Walt Flanagan one day, and he basically introduced him to Dark Knight Returns, which led to Batman. So, thank you, Walt Flanagan. And I'm just assuming he's the reason we have, like, Uncle Walt stories, and there's this guy later on who says, hey, Walt. So I'm assuming he's the name for the character as well.
Yeah. Did you,
But this is funny.
Superhero enthusiast. I was just going to say superhero enthusiast recently said that he didn't particularly like The Dark Knight Returns.
The animated film or the comic?
I think he was pointing to the comic. So that Operation Dark Knight. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my two things. One, that's I love the little stupid hat notation on LaFleur. Dude, it's like the Michael Keaton cowl, by the way.
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith actually did this to impress some girls for a bit. He would actually go on top of the thing. He'd leave like a note or something, like a little calling card saying, "Look up," or Batman or something. And he basically his trench coat open like that over the top of the building, just waiting for him to look up. I don't know if it worked, but oh, I love this so much. Kevin Smith is Batman.
Awesome. Yeah. And he got married at Skywalker Ranch, so you gotta love that. Oh.
What's even funnier is the sign gag on the outside, the popular
girl.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the girl he's dating. Well, he dated back then.
So must have enjoyed himself.
Even the Kevin Smith to reference the two things he loves at home. Again, I respect the guy so much for that. So he's putting what he likes in there. Batman. He's unabashed about liking Batman and Star Wars and putting it in his films. If you're gonna do a film, you gotta do it right. You know, you gotta put all the great stuff in there, which he does. You know, he did the whole Star Wars and the Batman. Yeah, I'm sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, this was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be here. Was the scene where they talked about the injuries that they sustained while going down on women.
Oh, yeah, so Jaws. Yeah, Jaws reference.
Yeah, but they put that in Chasing Amy because Universal didn't want it.
Yeah.
And the other thing they were supposed to do, there was supposed to be another bit where...
I know this bit.
Let's just reference that it was supposed to be. It was put in a different.
Mary.
Yeah, they were going to do something about Mary type thing before, and this came out before then. So
Universal said to Kevin Smith, the hair gag no one would find the hair gag funny, and of course later something about Mary was made, and well, they were put their foots in their mouths after that. Sorry, Meg.
Yeah.
She pulls off the short skirt. I gotta give.
That's a dark alliance. Ben Affleck and Shannon Doherty.
Sorry, what?
Ben Affleck and I said that's a dark alliance. Shannon Doherty and Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Again, I think you're saying something about really working this film for me. I think that's just the best integrated they are into a film. Like, they're good central plots. They're helping out our main guys here, but they're not taking up too much screen time. They're a plot device in a good way. But they can feel a little thrown into places. But yeah, it's just it's my thought.
Yeah. I love this bit because it's just so funny to me.
GS is. He's a good distraction, this guy.
Yeah, no, when they get on the elevator, a similar situation, not the exact same, happened with me and a girl.
You mean it wasn't Shannon Doherty?
Yeah, I wish it was. She's a very attractive woman. I just wouldn't want to live with her.
She pulls off the short skirt, I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Also, there's a problem here. Again, another thing is there's a big continuity here. I'm not sure if this is because of the 30 minutes cut out or what. It might be because of that, but there's a time difference because it's supposed to take place within one day, the whole film within one day, yet it looks like time's passed. Like she went home, she changed, and she's known this guy for a few days.
No. She's gone shopping, changed her outfit to what she was bought from the shop, I gather.
What about Brody's jacket?
It's the same jacket he wore when he walked in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get it? No, it might have been cut out.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Again, 30 minutes is cut out. It might be. The extended cut might explain. Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't say. Yeah. But also, I'm just saying there's some other things, though. Just how long she's known this guy. But he does kind of point it's been for like a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
But how could he introduce his mother to her in one day?
No, they've been dating for ages, and he still hasn't introduced her to his mother.
I mean Shannon's character introduced his mother to her. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. He introduced his.
Oh,
movie. That's what I'm saying.
She was at the store. She was at the store. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, also, I guess, yeah, it makes sense.
What I was going to say is, this very similar situation happened to me. I got into an argument with a girl, and it led to something very similar to this.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Not the exact same thing. No, I have never gone that far in public.
Apparently, yelling and repetition equals attractiveness for women.
I love this.
Yeah, this film's got a good pace to it, I gotta say. Just moving right along.
Lil, you said it was a good size!
Little mean.
And yes, yeah, no, trust me, when girls break up with you, it's never big enough. Although sometimes when you are dating them, it usually isn't either.
Just drags TS right into the elevator. I wonder what's going through. Shannon must not be that bright a guy. He's like, what's going on in there? Waiting. I love this. They're waiting out there saying, "You sure you saw her get on this thing?" Yeah. Well, she's more like getting off. But
Yeah.
There's a funny line. Also, I like this set right here. This little triangle brick area.
Oh yeah.
They're sitting and discussing things here.
Why is he taking his pulse?
Well, I mean, he had to run really fast, and it was after intimacy. I don't know. I guess it's just...
Then he checks his pulse against his pulse.
Random.
Why? We got either that or Jason Lee's like, I got to do something else in this scene. I just can't sit there.
Well, that's probably he's probably just saying getting away, and then at least TS's line, though, Jeremy Lin's line that. Oh, so this is an overreaction. I gotta say,
completely
that hurts just looking at it. Why do they keep kicking him while he's on the ground? That's her fault.
No.
It was an accident.
No, sorry. She's completely justified in doing that.
Not completely. I mean, it's just, it elbowed her by accident. He apologized. What kind of reaction is that?
I love that. You want me to rub it?
This is a well-designed stand, by the way, for a dating show. This little heart podium.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think it's a little bit of an overreaction from her. Also, like I was saying earlier, there's TS brought up that, she hasn't got you running this wild, or you haven't been this crazy over her, and I guess that's kind of illustrating it in the scene, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it could just be random funniness by Jason Lee. And there's the rule of 3. It hits the deck 3 times, and his foot goes through it.
Yeah.
What do you think of our other bad guy here? The father, spinning.
He always looks like he's sweaty.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is.
It's the light.
It looks like
light do that to you. Lights cause a lot of sweat.
Yeah. No, it doesn't see through his shirt. It's just like his whole head and everything. Everything looks so shiny. It looks like he's covered in gel.
That's the price you pay for baldness. Later on, there's a reason for the sweat, but...
Yeah, but he even when he got out of the... I assumed it was just because he supposedly got out of the shower, he looked all... But still, even here, I was just like, oh my God.
That's the price you pay for the shaved head look.
Yeah, no, it's not... I know, I've seen people that, it's just something that bothers me.
Fair enough. I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah, he's the dad you probably imagine when you're dating. The boyfriend's imagination of the father-in-law, basically.
By the way, this is a funny music cue here. It's like a dramatic drink of water. And that's Scott Mosier behind him, by the way. He's really cleaned up in this film, but he's He's the assistant. Roddy, I believe his name is. Who's like shoved him in now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the producer.
Yep. But yeah, that was a funny, like, dramatic cue under the water bottle drink.
Mm.
Also, I think this scene goes on a little too long.
No.
I think the payoffs, the punchline to this scene's funny. Like the whole, that's what happened with me. I think that's funny. But yeah, I just think this goes on a little long with this whole undergarment scene. It's funny with Jason Lee here, don't get me wrong. The whole he's wearing the underwear.
Yeah. Can't you see Smokey do the bandit?
See, like that, I think that's going a little. You don't need that.
No, I think you do. I like it. I like the whole conversation.
I like how it almost looks like, I don't know if TS is just waiting, but it looks like he's kind of covering himself just in case she attacks again.
Oh, yeah.
I can't, he's probably just waiting, but I don't know, it's just something funny looking back at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And now he's following his arms. I think he was just...
Yeah. I just like that, again, I love the music cue at the end here, and he just says, that was our relationship, this whole uncomfortable arm situation here. It's like a metaphor.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was you? I love that.
Yeah.
It is true. That is so true.
Yep.
What do you do with that other arm?
He's got a point.
That's a complete metaphor for a relationship.
I know exactly what he means.
Exactly how he feels, yeah. That's funny.
Here we go. Here's our villain confrontation and speech here.
Yeah.
Big dramatic music. This would be kind of our Animal House moment when the guy's getting the crap kicked out of him, and it's not supposed to be a funny scene, but Affleck makes it funny because he's just like so menacing, saying absurd dialogue.
Yeah.
He's just saying, he has some points here. It's just really like saying, calling into question the whole movie. Like, I don't like Mallrats. You're just lazy layabouts here. I don't like it. And he beats the crap out of him as he makes smart remarks to him.
Yeah.
It makes him a credible threat.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love how he's just being a smart ass back to him and just love it.
Back of a station wagon?
No, back of a Volkswagen.
A Volkswagen?
That's really uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's a great running gag, by the way. It's a Volkswagen, right?
Yeah.
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 It's been a while since I've seen this, but I mean, I have.
Yeah. So someone actually asked him. It's in the bonus stuff for someone's put that up as well. The bonus footage from the first Q&A that he did.
Yeah.
The girl said, "What do you do when a guy wants to have sex with you in the back of a Volkswagen?" And I thought she was actually talking. She was making a joke, but no, that she was actually talking about anal sex, which is horrible.
Yeah. I can't imagine me that pleasant. But to those listening, whatever turns you on,
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. He says the Easter Bunny, and I totally believe him. Let's go take out the Easter Bunny.
Good old Jane and Bob, they're going to stick up for poor Brody here.
Yeah.
You do feel bad for Brody here. Despite how swarmy, if you don't like Brody and you think he's swarmy, I think this scene kind of solidifies it, I mean, solidifies in that, you care for the guy a little.
Mm.
You get the crap beat out of him, he's saying, I've had enough of this for a day, I'm done. But again, he's the character that doesn't want to change, and he's just getting punished for it, for being who he is. Even though I'm saying he's not perfect who he is, either. He does have to change in this case.
Oh, poor.
Poor Brody.
Yeah.
And the Easter Bunny.
I just love. Yeah, the Easter Bunny.
This little party store candy place has a nice set.
Yeah.
They set it all up. Literally set it all up in the opening.
Funny.
What?
Yeah, they don't do this out here anymore. They don't have they do the Santa Claus thing, but they don't have the Easter Bunny coming.
Oh, we have Easter bunnies here. Well, they should make it the Hugh Jackman Easter Bunny from Rise of the Guardians. That's what they should do for Australia.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I gotta say this woman is very attractive.
Left or right?
Not Gwen, the other one. Sorry, TS is X.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying she's bad. I mean, I don't know. I just think at times she's a little like this scene right here. It's kind of a complaint here. We don't need this. What she's saying here is just kind of cementing in, I guess, but it's just saying the same point that gets brought up later on. You know, saying that he's been pining over you all day, and she says it here. Yeah, well, if he wasn't so hung up on you, and she should get it right there. But I don't know how women's mind.
I think she doesn't want to hear it right now.
Makes sense, I guess, but I don't know. Again, it's just that opening. Again, just some of those elements just don't. I don't think they blend well together. I don't know. It's like that opening. It's kind of a forced. It's kind of a forced breakup, and then you have forced break, and then the getting back together. I mean, I buy it in the end. The third act's fine. I love everything in the third act. It's just that I don't know. Might just be me, but that's again. It's just. Apologies if I'm offending anyone with this, but.
It doesn't bother me. It's sort of like it's coming from her, so I think it hits more home when it comes from Brody. That it's like, hey, he's been pining over you all day. It's like she doesn't necessarily believe it coming from her. But for some reason, when it comes from the guy's best friend, it sort of like snaps her into it, realizing. Yeah.
I guess that makes it work, but yeah, not a bad point. Okay, here's this kind of a Kevin Smith New Jersey touch here, the palm, stink palm. Yeah. The really gross parts with the melted pretzel later on.
Yeah, it sort of drills in the fact where that hand's been.
They close up on it. That's
that's wrong. It's a sacrifice someone must make.
It's one of those. Some people have accused Kevin Smith of being kind of a gross-out director of sorts. You can put stuff in the films that are a little too realistic, if you will. Even in Jersey, you'll get like a touch of that, but it's brief. Just the changing of the baby's diaper and that. But the point is, he's being realistic. That's the thing I Kevin Smith. He has a lot of realistic touches, especially with the dialogue. But I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it's a New Jersey touch, if you will, and it does kind of write out our bad guy here later on, in a good way, I guess. Also, he has a Brando scene coming up. Mr. Svenning here. He basically turns into Marlon Brando from The Godfather for a scene. When he's has TS, he's talking to TS.
Yeah.
Yep. I wonder, I don't know, for some reason I think that was like happening on set and they just rationalized it. I don't know. It could be funny if it was that, but I can't say for certain.
Yeah.
This scene, he sounds like Brando in this scene. He's doing the hand gesture, too. He's hamming it up. Has to be on purpose.
They've been together long enough for me to, I love that.
But you know something? I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. I did consider this early on with the thing in the beginning. Again, my little mini rant in the beginning here. A way that I think it might be better with, it might be played off better, is that Kevin Smith, this is a romantic comedy, mind you.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a romantic comedy. It's comedy, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying romantic. I think he's kind of making fun of the romantic comedy with the forcefulness of the breakup. I think that justifies it better in the beginning, if you look at it that way. I'm saying it's a way of possibly looking at it.
Yeah, I don't think... I think it was just... the way I look at it is it's a fight that they said, oh, we're going to break up, and they didn't actually do it. They just sort of woke up and went, oh, that was just a little disagreement. And it's just a... And you got to remember, these are people that are probably not even supposed to be 20 years old. I think they're supposed to be in college. So...
Oh, he's shaking the hand. Well, I know T.S. is in college. I don't know about Brody, but... Oh, God. And when he eats the pretzel, I can't watch. Yeah. And the fact that they're melted pretzels... God. I'm sorry, melted chocolate pretzels. I like how he's just like hamming it up in that, oh yeah, I like Brody. Not really. Brody's just trying to charm the heck out of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just something to consider, I guess, the whole thing at the beginning. I know I keep going back to this, and I'm sorry. It's kind of my thing. I guess I would have been better with it if she just kind of didn't tell him the full story. I guess that might be it. And also, it was even tougher in the extended cut, because the extended cut, he told her about the proposal earlier on.
Oh, really?
He told more people about the proposal, even told her a time or two, and I guess that's better off without that part.
Yeah, it is.
Later on, it kind of comes as a surprise.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah, it's supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's eating the chocolate pretzel. God. To quote a Star Wars quote here, General Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. Yeah, I see what you're saying, though. It's to me, it's a very minor problem, if it's a problem at all.
Hey, exactly.
So, like I said,
it's not a big problem. It's necessary to move the plot forward.
And she's changed the clothes again.
Exactly. See what I mean? Oh, yeah, you're right. It's probably her changing because she's in with the fashionable male guy. Boy, that's male, so female, she'd be changing clothes. She must have a lot of cash to burn through.
Yeah. I love this.
Silent Bob. I think this is like a 90210 reference here with calling her, was it Brenda?
Brenda, yeah, that's who she played. And she I don't know if she'd left the show yet.
I don't know anything about 90210, so I can't help you with that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I don't know if she'd left the show yet, or what. But it was getting, if it wasn't, she hadn't left the show, it was very close to it, because...
This is my second favorite scene in the film, by the way. This whole sequence here.
Yeah.
I love how Jason Lee's just kind of expositing the obvious here, but it's really nicely done on his part. Saying, and you plan to lock us away for the night to get us out of the proceedings. Am I right, Mr. LaFleur? Yep, he's nodding. Neil LaFleur,
God. I love it. Bitches.
This chase is great, and again, Silent Bob being awesome does the Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yeah.
It's so good. Again, I love the scene, and I love the payoff. You know what I'm talking about, Magpie.
Yeah.
You know why I love the scene.
I haven't seen what Kevin Smith thought of the new Star Trek movies, but I'm hoping he's in the camp with me.
Well, there's a podcast about it, and it's on YouTube. I'll send it to you afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I just love that.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's my favorite. Here's the reason it's my second favorite part of the film. Well, mine is not the finger part freaks me out. I love when he goes, yeah.
Uh,
The Batman. I love this Batman reference. Again, I love how Kevin Smith nods to Batman in Star Wars, but here we go. Pure awesome. Yeah. You gotta use this for the Fat Man on Batman podcast in some way. I love how the dramatic music's building, like the chase music, and then they're gone. Let's go. And they're safe. And here's the line that brings it home by Jason Mewes. Where do you get those wonderful toys? And kisses him on the cheek. Oh, it's wonderful. I love a good Batman reference. Sorry, that's me gushing about Batman.
Yeah.
Soon that'll be you, Magpie, once you're more familiar. Actually, it can be you now, but sorry.
Yeah, I do love the Batman references. It's just that I just I'm just not as over into it as you are, but I prefer the Star Wars references, to be honest. I love the whole discussion.
Have you been to a flea market, Magpie?
Yeah. Kind of. Look, he's wearing a clerk's hat.
Also, I love how I told you that Walt reference. He says, hey, Walt's over there. It's a Walt Flanagan reference.
Oh, okay.
The same thing when they say Walt Flanagan's dog earlier in the film when Jade and Silent Bob running from LaFleur for the first time in the food court.
Oh, okay.
It's like Walt Flanagan's dog over there.
They kind of have a something similar. Like, I've been to secondhand stores, but I can't honestly remember. But I have been. I'm pretty sure I have been to a flea market before. But nothing. No, I don't think it was underneath in a structure to say. It was outside.
I've been to both. It's like they have a mixture of the both. Sorry.
But I've had that discussion where my friend's gone, you listen to me? Really? And I've said to him, yeah, but there is usually a nugget of truth to what you say. Not exactly maybe those words, but yeah.
Well, this is funny. This is this little sign behind TS right there. It says Western Hats! !
Adult youth baby.
The little it's a little over the top sign in the background. It's a small gag. But yeah, I've been to a flea market before. They have some good stuff. You had some little Hot Wheels Batmobile and Bat vehicles there. Nice. But yeah, we're on to our psychic.
I love Brody. He's all ready for it. He can't wait.
And a lousy day, he wants to cheer up a bit while he's helping his buddy. You know what really I love in the scene? It's not exactly Brody. Brody's great in the scene, but I love TS in the scene. He's just so sincerely into it, saying, "Oh my God, yeah, you're psychic. Wow, that's exactly what's going on. Thanks for." You should take this on the road. Thank you so much. I love how sincere he is about it. It just cracks you. And then, of course, that's like, wait, what third nipple? Is this? Oh, come on!
It's right there.
Clear as day.
I would say Brody shouts, me at all that she had a third nipple.
Yeah, whenever Brody shouts, it's funny. I'm not sounding too harsh about this film, am I?
I know. You're sounding harsh when it gets to bits you don't like, and you say this should have been cut out, or this should have been shorter. But apart from that,
yeah. And I'm not. Yeah. So I like how she cuts the action. You know why we're both here. You can just cut the theatrics. Oh, thanks. I do it much better like this.
And she's still kind of in character that you find out later.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of approaching this thing as I'm just kind of Yeah, I'm not too invested in the Kevin Smith films. It's just I'm more of the podcast and the filmmaker, I guess. I don't know.
I like the films and I like his Q&As. I don't. I do. I've listened to a few of his podcasts. It's just that there always seems to be like the ones I've listened to. There seems to be way too much advertisement throughout it for the other podcasts.
Yeah, they used to not have the advertisements. Now they do. It's kind of it's a shame, but you should really get them on YouTube so you can like fast forward through the advertisements. Or like some of them are actually cut out, so they cut out the advertisements. So when they get to YouTube, they're like good. Even better, man. Have the whole thing of Fat Man on Batman podcast kind of building up in a playlist. Go check it out. Sorry for the product placement.
Yeah, you want to plug your channel while you're on here?
It's more me plugging the Fat Man on Batman podcast in my own channel, but
that's all right. Sid was on here earlier, and he was plugging his stuff as well.
Yeah. Again, it's just, I don't want to sound presumptuous saying this. I think I'm a little impartial for Kevin Smith films, and again, they're just not my cup of tea, but I see why people like him, and I respect it. I see a lot of work went into these films. And I like the story behind the films. Just I don't know, it's just don't do it for my humor, I guess. But again, looking back at them, I'm finding more positive things to say about them. So I don't know, I'm like him a little more watching them, but still not my favorite films. If you catch my meaning.
Yeah. When we did my list, there was none of the, I don't think there was a Kevin Smith film on there, but there'd be all of them would be really close to the top. Yeah. I think Dogma would be my favorite. But it would be, this would not be far behind. Neither would Clerks.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes I can take the leave. Jared Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. Again, I like that. I like bits of Silent Bob, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, same with me. Same with me. I just the overall story just doesn't take my breath away.
She eats the protruding body part, if you will. What? What are you? How can it be edible?
I don't know.
Again, here's like I'm being the rational one here, and now they're starting to shift roles here, which is again kind of contributing to their character arcs here. He's like. No, he's being proactive in what he's doing, but Brody's also being proactive, and they're following her advice. It's kind of assisting each other. Also, I got to point this out. See that guy he just punched?
Yeah.
Now, that line originally said, wait, aren't you the guy didn't you break up with Brandy? That's the line he just said. Now, originally, in the extended cut, he's saying, oh, aren't you the guy that shot the governor? Then he punched him. So they had to redub his line, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
Little fun fact for you.
I'll have to see that extended cut.
Well, I'm saying they threw in the whole.
I love that, dude. I love that. He says, "Dude, that looks like your mom."
Yeah, poor Bob. He's the punching bag, but he's awesome. Now this, I gotta talk for this one. This is the whole reason I watched the movie. I was heard about the movie. I was told about it. Then I tuned in for it once, and this is the scene I came on. I tuned in on, and it was Stan Lee, and this is my favorite scene of the film.
Of course.
Gotta love Stan the man. This is the rare time he ever has a beard. I don't know if he only for like a year he had the beard. I guess. I don't think he's ever regrown the beard. Look how young he is. He's what?
He's still got the goatee, though, doesn't he? He just doesn't have the parts on the side.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking
about.
I think these guys are just, like, completely...
what?
They're so, like, one guy's, like, got really long hair, and, like... But the other guy looks
rocking
like...
one's rocking the Travolta look.
And one's rocking the nerd look.
Yeah. Kids, the moral of the story is don't do drugs.
Unless it's marijuana.
But still, drugs are never the answer to your problems, your woes, if you will. I mean, yeah,
yeah, they're the cause of them.
Yes. I don't know. It's just, I would say to the little kiddies out there listening, don't do drugs, and if there are any drug users out there, just downgrade to marijuana, I guess. I'd say if you're gonna experiment safe, I guess. Like no cocaine, no heroin, bad ideas.
Oh yeah.
So. And
don't smoke. Don't get high and drive.
Smoking is also bad for your health. But again, I would say no to marijuana. I'm saying if drugs are your forte, I mean, downgrade it to something safe, or just give them up entirely. Again, it's just I don't want to be a narc or anything. I'm just saying it's for everyone's personal health. Anything that really alters your state of mind, I'm not sure that's a good thing. That's just my. Again, I don't want to stay on that. But again, also I gotta say this: did you know that Gwen Stacy is modeled after Stan Lee's wife, Joan Lee?
Oh, I'm never going to be able to watch Amazing Spies. I'm never going to be able to watch Amazing Spider-Man the same again.
Well, I mean, in the comics, she's drawn. Romita Jr. looked at Joan Lee, Stan Lee's wife, and basically drew her, and that's how she looked like when she was young. And also, this is funny. This girl Stan Lee's talking about, she doesn't exist. This is all written by Kevin Smith. And Joan Lee, she was like, who was this girl, Stan? Which I find funny. She's like, I told my wife, and I got in so much trouble with her because of you. My wife saw the film, and then she was so angry with me, saying, "Who was this one girl you would have given it all up for?" It's funny. His obsession with the private parts of the superheroes.
But it is a question that some people probably get to.
No, I'm saying there. The thing about it, like how Stan calls him on it later on and just Stan's like politely changing the subject.
Yeah.
He's saying, "Look at that couple over there." And then, but he calls him on with TS, and he's saying, he has a fixation with superhero body parts, but it's a phase. He'll grow out of it. Take care. The dapper Stan Lee here, the napkin, the hanky in the pocket with the suit jacket on. That's classy Stan Lee right there. Gotta love it. Stan gives accreditation to anything. If terrorists did their demands through Stan Lee, I think I'd be a little more okay with them. Stan Lee's that awesome. He just brings a credibility to anything. But again, that's just me loving Stan Lee right there. So it's Silent Bob doing the Jedi mind trick here, using the Force. This girl's cute. Look at her. She's playing Silent Bob. I think if she's friends with him too. But she's I guess she's more in with Jay and Silent Bob and maybe Brody and TS, maybe?
Well,
I don't know. It seems like she's just really friendly with Silent Bob, just like a friend. I don't know. It could just be me noticing that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just kind of cute on her part. Just funny to see Silent Bob doing the Force.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got sick from the stink bomb.
Yeah, well.
What's the thing called again? I don't know. It's if you made him sick, there's like a term for it. It's a medical term, which all medical terms really sound negative when you think about it.
Well, my mother isn't here, and she's a nurse. She would know.
Well, yeah, you don't have to wake her or anything. It's fine.
No, I don't live with her anymore.
Oh. Okay. We don't have to call her or anything. The munchies. That's a lot of Oreos.
Yeah. He must be a great supplier. I got to be honest.
But remember, it keeps him like his hat and his hair and all over. And you don't realize he was addicted to heroin, right?
He was.
Yeah, he was. You know that, right?
Yeah, well, but oh god,
Yeah.
he was a train wreck.
For anyone watching or listening. Also, there's a Dante, Brian O'Halloran from Clerks, Dante from Clerks, playing this guy Gil, who's really funny. I gotta say.
Gil Hicks, yeah, that's Gil Hicks.
Yeah, Gil Hicks. But before that, I'm going to say this. For anyone who's really interested, because this is a good story, Jason Mewes' struggle with heroin. It's also funny, but still, it's a good relationship between him and Kevin Smith, kind of being friends. See how dedicated they are to each other. But check out the first 6 episodes of Jay and Silent Bob Goodall. That's that whole story of his addiction, the whole story. So I'm saying check that out at least. Those first 6 episodes. You guys,
yeah, I've listened to them too.
I'm sorry, what?
I've listened to them too.
Yeah.
Those ones.
The first 6?
Yeah, the first 6. I listened to them. I think it was some of them were on my trip up to Supernova. Some of them were on my trip back. And yeah, they're all great.
Yeah, I love how how good a friend Kevin Smith is in those. Like, he's sticking by him. He's being, I don't want to get weird about it, but he's being kind of the father figure to him in a way. But he brought that up himself during the thing, so I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth here.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry to get off track there. I just want to bring it up.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, again, they mention Silent Bob's technical prowess here, saying he's like a Rain Man of sorts. He's always so mean to Silent Bob, and Silent Bob's doing all the work. So he's like wiring the VCR to the big TV. Well, upside down, which is an Empire reference.
Really?
Yeah, when that's.
Oh yeah, at the end, yeah.
Yeah, when Luke, Luke's upside down in the snow cave in the on Hoth with the snow beach.
And when he's hanging from the metal structure at the end.
Yeah, that too.
Hmm.
I say the snow beach because he uses the Force in the end.
I love this. Yeah. Oh god, I love this. This whole bit is great.
Yeah. This is a great third act to a film.
Yeah.
Really great third act. It's nonstop. It's good comedy. Good rapport, good writing on Smith's part, and of course the banter between Jason Lee's character and Brian O'Halloran's character here is just hysterical. But before that, I want to say I like how they set the stage up throughout the film. It's like the Death Star. It's like a Jedi thing. It's like the second Death Star is being built, and now it's fully operational now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been building towards that. Like Jay and Silent Bob have been trying to deconstruct the thing, but it's been going horribly wrong. Trying to pull that pin out, like hit the Death Star's sweet spot, hasn't been going well. But other than that's a nice chair, by the way, a nice heart-shaped chair.
Mm.
Here we are.
If I saw the name of this show, though, I wouldn't think it was was it
it's Truth or Dare
Match or something? Yeah, with that title, but no, it's supposed to be Dream Match or whatever the heck the original name of the.
Oh yeah.
The one. Yeah, I wouldn't I would have thought it was like a Truth or Dare type.
Yeah, it's a stupid title for this, and that it has nothing to do with Truth or Dare. It's just
yeah.
It's what was that? Now you got me thinking about what's that show called?
Mystery Date.
Yeah, Mystery Date. There you go.
Why would?
Just it's really funny. Just Gil being yelled at is funny.
Yeah.
Jason Lee's character here is just anything Gil says. Jason Lee's goal in this scene is to make him look bad. So Brody, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Brody's thing in this scene is just to make Gil look bad, so TS can, win in the end for the girl. Again, good on Brody to do that for him, but again, it's just really funny. He's playing the comedic fire. He's doing like the. Also, he's just like cursing in all live broadcast, by the way. And
Yeah.
Do you have sound on your end for this?
Yeah.
Can you say what Gil's saying?
He's talking about taking her for a long walk by the beach and for...
Brody.
And tell you, like the cheesiest date you could think of, like everything a girl would absolutely want, and no guy would ever do.
Well, yeah, why does anyone like the long walks on the beach? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Maybe
cold.
Maybe a walk on the boardwalk, maybe. I'm saying if it's a Jersey and a walk on the boardwalk, maybe. I'm saying it's kind of nice. I don't know. The point is, sorry, getting off track. He mentions the Jaws ride. Says what? Punches him. No, nothing. That is a romantic gesture. I don't care what anyone says. I love the Jaws proposal idea. And it's a crime that ride's gone now.
Oh,
and it's the exact one they were at. Universal. And Universal in Florida. That's the one I've been to. I love... Florida's my usual vacation spot. I love going there. It makes me feel nice and warm on the inside. Just nice. It's a very pleasant place, Orlando, Florida, and I advertise for that place right now. MGM will now studios.
Yeah.
Kids, go to Orlando, Florida. Go to all the parks. Universal also, even though Universal's basically throwing away all their good attractions. Just go there. Just be happy.
I love that.
Oh, yes. So full of crap! Gil, just shut up. Well, I'm not going to... Wait, that's... Just blatantly tell him. Pat Sajak. I love the whole gay joke here. It's like, I'm not a homophobe. Oh, he's in denial. So he's kissing that dude backstage. Just while he's messing with his mind, making him say the worst things. This is why he gets the Jay commenting on it, so yeah, this is great. I don't want to be here when that tape goes off.
Yeah.
She wants to put it behind her, Magpie. Huh? Again, this is why he gets the Tonight Show spot, because he is hilarious, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
Why can't he pull him up, hand it to him, and then...
then we wouldn't have a Star Wars reference at the end, Magpie.
I know.
But, I don't know. It's Jason. It's Jay. Jay doesn't think things through like that. He would just throw it down to him.
Yeah, you're right.
Silent Bob can pull himself up, even though he can run really fast and has a Batman utility belt gadget. Why doesn't he just use that, by the way? Just to lower himself down. I don't know. Shut up, Gil.
They
have a good... Smith has a great rapport with characters. You just dial.
Did once today.
You make love publicly. Already did once today. Ben Affleck said, what? I'm so steamed right now.
Oh, I love it. This is like the story at the beginning. It just builds and builds and builds and builds, and then he's like, "What? No, would you shut up?"
Huh? Like most gags, the music sells it. The hydraulics in the plane fail. Everyone's doing stuff for their lives. Then the plane works. Well, did he climax or what? Gil, you just don't talk about that thing.
Yeah.
Things you don't talk about.
Everything before that was fine. It's just
I love it. Everyone, even TS's girlfriend, Brandy. Even Brandy's enticed by this story. Then she just shrugs it off like, "Oh, it's so stupid." Well, how can you judge? What are you judging on? Strength, stamina, intelligence? How's your comic collection, Brody? Oh, it's good. I mean, no, I'm not Brody. You know, I feel this... I would have had her do a second delivery on this line. I don't know, I'm not feeling it, but again, I don't want to sound too picky. I don't know. Sounds just kind of reading the lines off the cue cards for this one. I mean, literally off the little heart cue card, that's what I'm saying. Could be wrong, and nothing against the actress. I don't know, I think maybe second take would have made it a little more... Here's just a little wooden, I guess, performance. No, again, not a major complaint or anything by any means, just a little.
Yeah, to quote Ben Affleck, though, Kevin, would you move the camera?
He actually does move the camera very little in this film.
Yeah. He's like, no, just sit the camera right there.
I feel bad for Kevin Smith's DP. His camera guy, Dave Kleins, I believe it is. Is it Dave? It's Dave. It's Dave or David something. Yeah. He always says, "Come on, let me move the camera." Like Robert Rodriguez tells him, "Yeah, maybe you should move the camera a few times. Make Bruce Willis happy."
Yeah.
This is a nice...
Yeah, okay. Now it's starting to register with her that he does care about her still.
See, this is fine. This is fine. Again, coming in like missing that first 5 minutes is fine. This film works fine for me, I guess, with the whole plot. Again, I think the timeline... You sold me on the timeline not being screwed up, so forget that. But still, I don't know. It's just, this works a lot better, minus that 5 minutes for me.
Yeah, all right.
That's kind of a mark of a good film. You can come into it late and you get everything you need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll give it that. Again, I like these more on the repeated views. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I gotta watch Chasing Amy again because that's supposed to be his best work. So.
I'll say this: out of the Kevin Smith films I've seen, I think this one's maybe the most rewatchable. Maybe.
I honestly think this is the most rewatchable out of them all.
Yeah.
Like I've watched this like more times than any of the others.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times. Like overall, maybe less than 10. Yeah, not the break. I enjoy it. Now, I don't know, I find more redeeming qualities with the films, and this one's probably the most I like most, maybe. Again, it was my first one, so I probably have some nostalgic value to it.
Yeah, I can't remember what the first Kevin Smith film is I saw. It was either this or Dogma.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember whether I was watching that and I went, oh, it's those guys out of Mallrats or something.
Do you remember... Well, if you saw Mallrats, and Mallrats was first.
Yeah, but I can't remember whether I saw that or I would watch this and went, oh, it's those guys out of Dogma.
Oh, wait, this bit. I love this. Stanley says, oh, look, a sailboat. And this guy's like, says, oh, hey, have a nice day. And he's like, I can't take it anymore. Stanley sees this thing. I'm done. Kind of what he's saying. Just like, and kicks the thing.
Yeah. Now, I wonder, has he seen the pictures in all the other ones, and it's just that one he can't see?
I don't think he's seeing any of them. I think that's like the first one. He's just stuck on it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Oh, here we go. Not so fast, Pat Sajak. You have some See, Brody's come around here. Like the back of a station wagon? The back of a Volkswagen? Just looks at Gil. Has it happened yet? No, it hasn't happened yet. Sorry. Brody's come around. He's gone through his arc. So is TS. TS got the girl in the end. Good for him. Getting engaged. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we passed the whole uncomfortable place. Guy just looks at Gil. It's just like so much to stand like, seriously, man? Even though he and everyone else have said this themselves. Like the back of a Volkswagen? It's like a sailboat. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Here we go. I just love this look Jason Lee gives him. Right here. The back of a Volkswagen? Just, what? Looks ashamed.
I love that.
Why do cops need black ties if they're wearing the black uniforms?
I don't know.
It's not a bad look. I'm just questioning, like, what's the purpose of it? You need to look formal when you're out on the beat?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying I get the uniform, but why the tie? You're going to be out in the street most of the day. I don't know.
I stand up for their dress uniform.
Yeah, maybe. Looks good. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I'm just questioning. There's the Star Wars. There's the Empire.
It's wriggled enough so it can get into his hand. That's the thing.
Yeah, this girl's just getting more and more attractive, Magpie.
Yeah.
But, we're under arrest for raping that girl.
This is one whack again. It's only 15.
That's just the great...
How the hell do you think she's 32? Alright, no, 36. Okay. Let alone... Okay, 32, let alone 36. Bye-bye. Well.
First time I saw this, I thought it was going to land on Ben Affleck. But yes, this is great. Like, come on, just one. I love the cops' reaction. A 15-year-old in the big music cue, bum bum. Oh, come on. Oh no, I thought she was 36. Lands in a hit for revenge.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandy's not a bad character, I guess. I take back what I said about her being dense. You know, I've come around on her, I guess.
Yeah, alright.
This is the...
Well, like I said, though, I like the Shannon Doherty character a lot more, though, because she's doing something to set change in him, in Brody, and the other one's just sort of like left him and then that's it. No.
Yeah. She did influence to change Shannon Doherty's character, you're right. This is a nice resolution for him.
Mm.
Would you say they have a more believable relationship than Brandy and T.S.?
I'd say it's more realistic. The other one is more like, well, you don't actually know that much about their relationship, really. Like, it's just like it's there, and you can tell that they love each other, but it's sort of like he's the guy, he's the girl, and you know they're going to get together at the end. This is the one that you're not 100% sure about.
Yeah. And by the way, now he's sweaty for a reason.
Yeah.
He's sweaty for a reason, but also we glazed over something important. Silent Bob spoke. He speaks rarely in the films, if not at least one line in the films, usually.
Yeah.
And he can say the Chasing Amy story. It's the Chasing Amy. Say that.
That's the most he ever actually talks, I think.
Yeah, well, in Jay and Silent Bob Straight Back, he just says, "The back of the car, you idiot!" Say it, don't spray it.
Talk about hosting duties on The Tonight Show, but still lives with his parents.
The happy ending for all our characters here. This is a good happy ending. Well, except for
Yeah.
Say for Shannon's character. Well, Ben Affleck's oh, this is romantic to me right here.
Okay,
they got married on the Jaws ride. That gets me. Again, folks, I can't recommend going to Orlando, Florida for your vacation destination anymore. Yeah. I mean, I can't recommend it.
Studios
has lost a lot of its stuff, definitely.
It's I'm still waiting for the movie. It was supposed to come out at Christmas.
Actually, in the extended cut, you would hear him being raped in prison. Also,
he eventually saw the sailboat.
Yep. And there was an implied relationship between what's the girl's name? I feel stupid for not knowing her name. The one who saved the day in the end. The one that Affleck was.
Oh, okay, that one, yeah.
Yeah, she had a relationship. Trish, thank you. Trish had a relationship with LaFleur, so she distracted LaFleur while Jay and Silent Bob could get away for a scene, and that's why he's like there with her and kind of being a little like holding her hand or like rubbing her head or something.
Okay.
That's why he's like as they're secured, like they had like a mini fling. Okay. I think that's better lost personally, because then again he's in the same position as Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, also again, I'm just gonna say this for the last time. I love going to Florida, Orlando, Florida. I love that was in the film, and it's a shame the Jaws ride's gone. Again, recommend as a vacation destination, especially Hollywood Studios, Disney Hollywood Studios, and Disney World. Universal still has some good stuff like the Men in Black ride, and much to my chagrin, as much as I miss the Back to the Future ride, it's still the same ride, which is fun, but it's The Simpsons now, so take that for what you will.
By the way, really, I love the song at the end.
Yeah.
I like Suzanne.
Yeah, that monkey comes back in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
But we had to wait a few more movies to get there.
Yeah. Because at first I was thinking, after seeing this after seeing Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, I was thinking, okay, so this leads into Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. At the end, it says Jay and Silent Bob will return in Chasing Amy. So.
But there's actually a whole comic book where they're chasing Dogma.
Yeah, there is. And the Blunt Man and Chronic comics out. Oh, there's Brian Johnson from Comic Book Men in the credits.
Well, okay.
Sorry, you're saying?
I just want to say, yeah, that's I hadn't seen. I don't think I watched this right to the end. I think it was like I may have thought it was just an abandoned project. They were going to go do a Jay and Silent Bob movie, but they never did. Or was it just like Back to the Future? That ending was supposed to be a joke, and maybe this was supposed to be a joke as well.
Well, I mean, they literally made Chasing Amy after this, so they're planning on it. Yeah,
they made Chasing Amy, and then they made Dogma, which is my favorite Kevin Smith film. Because I think Jay and Silent Bob are used to their fullest there. I like Ben Affleck in that film as well. I like Matt Damon in that film as well.
I love Ben Affleck's character here. I love it. His character in Jay and Silent Bob, but how he is. It's the same character in here, but he's in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and he's like, really? I almost think it would have been better if that was just, for me, I'm just seeing that scene where he's like explaining the internet to Jay and Silent Bob. It's just, oh, thanks, Ben Affleck. That's kind of the way I'm seeing it. Like, okay, Ben Affleck's showing him how the internet works. I think that in that way, I think it's really funny, but it's just same character from this thing, so I like him more in that for that one scene he has in there. But yeah, any other thoughts, Magpie?
No, not really.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing. Did you know that? You know what really sucks about them getting rid of the Jaws ride in Universal?
What?
You know what it is right now in its place? It's just a West Virginian town.
Oh god.
Well, I'm not. I think it's West Virginia. It's the old Virginian town. Like, it's the Jaws place, but just minus the rice. It's just a lake now. It's like the town's there, just a lake. So that stinks. And they still sell the merchandise, which is a rant I have. It's just they have the Back to the Future cars there, and all the stuff that's not there. Why?
I have no idea, man. It's just.
But again, I'm advertising. I'm not paid by anyone. I'm just saying, yeah, Universal in Orlando, Florida, great place. Go there if you can. Love it.
Oh wait, they plugged Chasing Amy there.
Yeah, see.
Dan Silent Bob will be back in Chasing Amy.
See. Yeah.
This motion picture has been rated R. Okay, I didn't know. Over here, it's not rated R. I must say we're a little bit less uptight, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's closing thoughts.
I love it. I think it's the most watchable out of all the movies, but it's not my favorite. I think that's still Dogma of Kevin Smith's films.
Again, I know I kind of spent some time, more than I should have, just kind of reaffirming the fact that I've said at the beginning. But again, I'm not. As much as I like Kevin Smith, I like his writing. I like how he. I've read some of his Batman work, and it's good. I like it. I've given his films more of a look now, my second look, and looking into it more. I misjudged them. I think there's more to like in the films than I thought before, but still, they're just not exactly my thing. But not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a lot of work went into them. Not bad stuff. I see why people like them, definitely. I do see that. This is the first one I saw, and I think it still might be my favorite due to nostalgia. Again, I've kind of said that, that's the reason I watched the film, and yeah, it's just, like, I think it's just Jay and Silent Bob used to their best. I think, you say it's Dogma, I say it's Mallrats, I think, but yeah, it's just me. You can tell the studio influence on this film, in that Universal did hold them back in some areas, and you can tell it's a Universal-funded film, just kind of the visual look.
Yeah, and the whole plugging of Universal Studios through it as well.
Yeah, I'm saying the Jaws was a good way to put it in there, because actually, I forget, I think one of Smith's friends might have actually done the Jaws proposal thing in real life. Okay. I can't guarantee that, but I know he's brought up in a Q&A. I just can't remember if that was just him saying he wrote that or it was from a friend. But either way, overall, I like the film. I would enjoy this film out of most girls. So, yeah, not a huge Smith fan for the film, Smith fan for everything else though. But again, I don't hate any of the films. Just not crazy about it. I'm still giving them a second chance, giving them a second watch. Hopefully I'll see Red State, so see the pinnacle of the work. So I'll see how that turns out. And some of the other films I haven't seen. I got to get close to another watch too, so I can watch the thing all from the beginning to the end again, so I can just get a better interpretation on it. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm rambling on here. I'm just gonna wrap up again. Orlando, Florida, great vacation destination. That's it for me.
Okay. I think I've summed up a lot of my thoughts on the film already, but if I were to give this a rating, I'm struggling to really give it any more than a 4 out of 5. But it's not because I hate it. It's because I think as a second run and with more money behind it, he did do a better job with this than he did with Clerks. But mind you, Clerks was all stationed in one place, and this is kind of as well. It's just Clerks is like one place. That's it. That's all you need. He didn't need a great deal of money, but you can tell that's an independent kind of film. This one, you can tell he's got a bigger budget to work with. And though I do love it, it's just that I like Dogma more, and and a lot of nostalgia is hooked up in this as well. But I do love Clerks as well. But I just can't give it any more than a 4, really.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
Not that I have any problems with it. It's just there's better films out there. So.
Well, before I get in my ring, I always says, you know what snooch the nooch means, right? You know, snoochy boochies, that whole thing.
Yeah, it's a sexual reference of some sort, I'm sure.
No, it means I'm kidding.
Okay.
So basically, you would say like, I'm gonna do your mother. Then I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that's what he says that in the film himself. That's what it stands for. Yeah, I did your mother last night. Snoochy boochies are like snooch, which means I'm kidding. You know, don't beat me up, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That's why that's what it stands for. So in case anyone was wondering if you didn't know it already, so there you go. But also, let me get into the rating. I thought this rating out. I came into this film again. I told you I illustrated the points a little too much than I should have. Again, sorry for that, folks. I just don't want to come off that I hate this film because I don't hate the film or any of the Smith films. I don't hate them. But I was coming into this with a 3.5 rating. But you know what? I'm teetering between 3.5 and a 4 rating. I don't know. This was a studio. Smith did a great job with this is really his first studio-funded film because before it was just kind of in his own cash put it into an indie film, kind of putting it on screen with Clerks, and this is really one of the first studio-funded films. And working with the bigger budget, because keep in mind the budget wasn't really that big for this film, but it was still bigger than what he's worked with before.
Yeah.
So yeah, they shot on location, some Jersey locations, mind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and given it's like one of his first studio attempts, and early on, I think he did a bang-up job with it. I see all the work that went into production. I'm gonna say, you know, much to Magpie's dismay, I'm gonna be a little nicer. I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
Again, I was gonna say 3.5, so I would have satisfied your Magpie, but I'm gonna say 4.
No, that's all right. So we both gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Sorry to rush us out, but I think I really have to use the bathroom. So goodbye, guys. Thanks for listening. Tune in next time. I think the next one is probably going to be our Back to the Future 2 commentary. So stay tuned for that.
Snoochie boochies, everyone. Take care.
Bye.